Yo, salute. Good afternoon, Freedom Marchers, Freedom Family, Freedom Lovers, and Freedom Fighters. Snapzilla Gorillas in the building, hitting y'all off with another paper. This time it's the afternoon paper. We got some breaking news coming out. We got some breaking news, y'all. Y'all really want to, y'all want to pay attention to this, man. I'll be trying to tell y'all what the dealio. Yes, I'm not showing myself today. We're going to be, I need y'all to focus on the information and not on me, okay? So, breaking news, you guys. Breaking news. Breaking to the news in regards to this Venezuela shit, okay? Donald Trump is on one. But it's not really Donald Trump, is it? Because we know every war is a banker war. We know war is a racket, right? We know that the United States has been trying to gain control of Venezuela since Hugo Chavez took over, right? Because, I mean, we already had some level of control over Venezuela before Hugo Chavez, and then Hugo Chavez said, nah, bump that. We taking our country back, and that's what he did. But now, what we have is what is going on? Why? What we have going on right now is the United States trying to basically invade Venezuela or intimidate President Maduro to get him to give up his power over his own country, right? And of course, they call him a dictator. They call him a narco-terrorist. They call him every name in the book to justify this. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Sorry about that. Listen, guys, we got a problem. Donald Trump right now, well, not just we, because like I tell you guys, we are responsible for everything our government does around the world and to us as well. Why? Because we continue to consent. We continue to consent to be governed. And then when we do that, we give up our power. We transfer our power to these individuals and they do what they want in our name, with our money. And this is just what it is. So let's talk about it. Matter of fact, I'm going to play you guys something real quick. But first, I want to show a few days ago, Nicolas Maduro offered Venezuela's gold and oil to the US to avoid possible intervention. Okay? So Maduro was trying to keep the monkey off his back and offered up oil and gold, right? So this is coming from a news publication known as My Two, okay? And now there are other publications talking about this, but this is what it is. Maduro offers the U.S. the country's richest. Venezuelan officials offered the Trump administration, a dominant stake in Venezuela's oil. And salute to brother Slim Hussein. Salute to Slim Hussein for coming in. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Double tap the screen. Let me know you guys are in here. Salute to my brother BFTB Boxing in the building. Salute to you, bro. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Salute to BFTB. Salute to you, man. Thank you for coming through. So Venezuela has, what it says is that Venezuelan officials offered the Trump administration a dominant stake in Venezuela's oil and other minerals after months of talks, according to the New York Times. The plan came as Trump's officials called Maduro's government a narco-terror cartel, moved warships in the Caribbean, and began blowing up boats that American officials say were carrying drugs from Venezuela. And like I've talked about plenty of times, they have yet to prove that any of these boats contain any drugs at all whatsoever. Not only that, but the latest strike that killed 6 people, right? The boat that killed the 6 people. Yes, American terrorism, brother BFTB. The boat that they blew up, the latest boat that killed 6 people, are said to have had 2 individuals, 2 fishermen, one whose name was Chad Joseph, right? His name was Chad Joseph. He was from Trinidad. And there was another young man from Tobago. So you have a Trinidadian national, and you have a Tobago national that were on that boat. And they went back to this young man's fishing village, where their family talked about how the American terrorist, as BFTB put, killed Chad Joseph. Okay? So, listen, Maduro offered, because he knew what the deal was. He knew Donald Trump without, let me stop saying Donald Trump, because this is beyond Donald Trump. The bankers and the corporations and the special interest groups and everybody else who has interest in propping up the U.S. dollar, because guess what? The U.S. dollar is failing because this fiat currency scheme, this fiat currency Ponzi scheme, is crashing in on itself. And when that happens, the power brokers in the United States are going to lose a whole lot of influence to guess who? China, Russia, the BRICS nations. These entities. Why? Because we have been printing money left and right. We have been spending left and right. We are $37 trillion in debt. The United States. And when I say we, I'm talking about we. Because if you are an American citizen, and whether you vote or not, doesn't matter. We are all responsible. This is how the world is going to look at it. They don't care. All right. Let me see. So Maduro was trying to give Donald Trump or the United States dominant control or a good amount. Add a Q&A sticker. Okay. Salute to Wendy Boken. So, Maduro was ready to give the United States many assets from their country in the form of gold, oil, and other minerals. Donald Trump refused it. And now what we have is listen, we are scaling up operations in the Caribbean, and they are talking about a ground invasion. Now, when I created the title for this, it was going to be about Donald Trump initiating CIA, basically a CIA coup in the country of Venezuela. And make no mistake about it, the CIA has already been operating in Venezuela. Okay, let's be real about what's going on here. The CIA has been operating all over Latin America, South America. They have been since World War II. They have been doing this. They have been overturning governments within the Latin U.S. and destabilizing their countries, from Panama to Haiti, right? Haiti, the Dominican Republic, all these nations. When we entangle ourselves with these countries, we make them worse. And it's not just in South America, is it? No, it's also in the Middle East. Anywhere we step foot. Anywhere we step foot. Iraq, Afghanistan, Vietnam, our involvement trying to be the world police. We do nothing but bring problems to these people. Why? Because we have to unseat this dictator. Let me tell y'all something. If they call the leader of another nation a dictator, that means they are coming after them. They call Muammar Gaddafi a dictator. They call Saddam Hussein a dictator. They called Osama bin Laden a terrorist leader. These individuals, what happened to them? They tried that same shit with Hugo Chavez, but they couldn't get it cracking. Why? Because Venezuela is a little different. And I'm going to get into that. I'm going to get into why Venezuela is going to be a problem for any ground invasion, for any air invasion. Like, it doesn't matter what type of strikes, or it doesn't matter what the U.S. tries to do, what the military tries to do to Venezuela in any act of war is going to be Vietnam on steroids. If you are familiar with what happened in Vietnam, it's going to be Vietnam on steroids. For a number of reasons. And we're going to get into that. But the bottom line is, what is going on right now? What am I talking about? What is the breaking news? Well, let me play that for you. Let's play that. Let's play what the breaking news is. Salute to Manarawa Bigum. Salute. Hey, can y'all hit the hit the like. Double tap. Double tap that screen, folks. 142 people in the building. 6 likes is diabolical, y'all. But let me play this for you. I'm going to play this for you anyway. Even though y'all playing me right now, I'm going to continue to give you this information. Come on, y'all quit hate watching.
President Donald Trump has sent around 10,000 U.S. troops near Venezuela. President Donald Trump has sent around 10,000 U.S. troops near Venezuela, along with 8 warships, a nuclear submarine, fighter jets, spy planes.
Now, this is from The Sun, right? This is The Sun. This is a journalist from The Sun who is giving you this information right now. All right. Salute to Brother Shelton in the building. Salute to you, bro. Hit that like button. Don't y'all want to know what's going on? Don't you want to know what we're up to? Don't you want to know what we're doing to other countries? What did I tell y'all the other day? I told y'all this the other day. I'm going to tell you what I told y'all the other day. All right. I'm going to tell y'all.
And Reaper drones. The U.S. is also flying in its most elite helicopter force, the Night Stalkers, who are famous for the raid that killed Osama bin Laden. Their Little Bird and Black Hawk helicopters have been spotted flying less than 90 miles from the Venezuela coast, possibly preparing for missions on the ground. They're operating from a special floating base called the MV Ocean Trader, and heavy transport planes have been flying equipment into the area. Trump has even sent in B-52 bombers capable of carrying nuclear weapons.
B-52 bombers. For what reason? Why the Night Stalkers? Why the Night Stalkers? Are they trying to find and assassinate Maduro like they did Osama bin Laden? What was it?
He says he's authorized the CIA to carry out operations inside Venezuela and hinted that U.S. forces could launch strikes on land and not just at sea. This massive buildup follows at least 6 deadly U.S. strikes on boats near Venezuela, killing 27 people.
27 people. Blowing up famous F-79 says blowing up boats in international waters where we have no jurisdiction is crazy. Yes, it's a complete, it's not even a war crime, it's just crime. It's crime. We're not at war with goddamn Venezuela. We're not at war with, do y'all see the writing on the fucking wall? They are making a move, and I'm going to tell you why they're making this move. I'm going to tell y'all why.
Meanwhile, Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro is responding by mobilizing troops and civilian militias and putting out propaganda claiming that Venezuela is ready to fight off an invasion. He's recruiting more.
How is that propaganda? How is that propaganda? Propaganda is saying that we're ready for an invasion. How is that propaganda? You see how the Sun is framing this? Oh, Venezuela is pushing propaganda. Okay. People don't even know what these words mean anymore. They just say shit.
Fighters and relying on armed Colombian groups inside the country. It comes as Venezuela asked the UN Security Council to condemn the U.S. strikes as illegal, and a proposal from Caracas that Maduro...
Why hasn't the UN done that yet? Why hasn't the UN said what we're doing in international waters off the coast of Venezuela is illegal? Why haven't they come out and said that yet? What good is the UN? Why even... See, this is what I'm talking about with governments. How useless is government? How useless? Completely and utterly asshat. I know that. I know, Love Peace. I know. Love Peace, I know. The video's not showing. I don't want y'all to focus on my face right now. I want y'all to focus on the information I'm giving you guys. I know that's why I have less engagement. I know y'all want to see my handsome face, but I know I would have more people chatting. I know that I would have more likes right now. But right now, what's most important is that we are getting ready to launch a full-scale invasion against Venezuela because we want to overthrow the evil dictator Maduro. Salute to Love Peace. Salute to Love Peace for those gifts. I really appreciate you. Hold on, guys. Cesar Chavez is calling me. Hold on, I got to mute real quick. Y'all, this is wild right here.
Maduro stepped down within 3 years was also rejected by Washington. He's recruiting more fighters and relying on armed Colombian groups inside the country. It comes as Venezuela asked the UN Security Council to condemn the U.S. strikes as illegal, and a proposal from Caracas that Maduro stepped down within 3 years was also rejected by Washington.
Caracas said, hey, we'll have Maduro step down within 3 years. No, it was rejected. You know why? Because this ain't about motherfucking Maduro being a narco cartel bullshit motherfucking leader. No. It's not about him being a dictator. It's not about him killing his own people. It's not about none of that. This man offered high stakes in oil and gold. No, they don't want a piece. They want the whole fucking enchilada. That's what they want. That is what they want. They don't care about dictators. No. He said Caracas tried to step in and say, hey, man, If Maduro steps down in 3 years, what's going to crack? They said no. No, they want the fucking country. They want to control the country. They don't want 3 years for Maduro to make sure that there's a fair election that has no involvement from the U.S. government. No, they want to put their puppet in there. They want to control the entire country. They want to control all the motherfucking resources. No, they don't want a peace. This is not about pieces. Scott's Tsuyak says that was the whole thing with one in Canada. All the natural resources. I'm a bucket crab. I don't know what that means. Whatever. It is what it, I don't know. You guys are idiots. You're an idiot. Anyway. No, this ain't about. No. This is about propping up the US dollar because it is trash. Our government closed the gold window during the Nixon administration. Why? Because we broke the Bretton Woods Agreement. We took all these countries' gold, and we were supposed to safeguard their gold because we were the mighty U.S. But what were we doing? We were using their gold to back all the funding that we were trying to get to fight the Vietnam War. So they said, no, fuck you, we're going to pull our gold back. Well, guess what that meant? That meant a destabilization of the U.S. dollar. So what did they do? They closed the gold window. They pulled our currency. They said, no, we're not going to use gold. No. They said, we're going to use people's faith in America. We're going to use, just believe that the U.S. currency is great. But what happens? What happens? Oh, well, we're gonna continue to print money. We're gonna continue to spend. We're gonna go into all these countries. We're gonna use all the resources. We're gonna tie our dollar to the OPEC. Now you got to trade with the U.S. dollar to buy oil. Well, once these countries start using other currency like the yuan, like the Chinese currency and all these other currencies, when they pull out, when they no longer have to use the U.S. dollar to buy their oil. This is why we go into these nations in the Middle East. And this is why we invaded Iraq. This is why we do these things. This is why we have this relationship with Saudi Arabia, who, by all accounts, is another dictatorship. But guess what? Guess what? Our relationship with Saudi Arabia is such that, well, that dictatorship is okay. We will accept the Saudi Arabian dictatorship. Well, how many times has Saudi Arabia said, fuck you, U.S., and we've done nothing about it? You see, it's about relationships. Maduro is not willing to bend over for the U.S., and so they have been trying to replace him. They tried it in the first administration with Donald Trump. They continued that trend during the goddamn Biden administration. Well, let me tell you, Venezuela's a little different, y'all. If the U.S. sends troops into Venezuela, they're going to have problems. Why? Because of the terrain, number one. It's going to be like Vietnam on steroids. Okay? So when you think about Venezuela and its terrain, it's mostly mountainous jungle. Mountainous jungle. Where they know every nook and cranny. They know every inch. They know. They got it cracking up in there. So you go into Venezuela, you're going to get ambushed at every turn. Oh, you want to bomb Venezuela? So you're going to completely carpet bomb the entire country? Is that what they're going to do? Well, you can do that, but guess what? You bomb crucial sites in Venezuela, like military sites. Go ahead and do that. While you're doing your ground invasion, launch airstrikes into Venezuela. You're going to try to find Maduro, but guess what? Maduro has so many places to hide. He can be hidden anywhere in that country. There are so many different types of places. Listen, Maduro will not have a problem staying under the radar of the Venezuela, of the United States government. They're going to have a lot of problems. Well, let me tell you something else. Okay? The Venezuelan military is made up of any and every type of individual in Venezuela. Not like in other South American nations that were conquered by Spaniards, where they mostly man their military with Spaniards. No. Venezuela is using everyone. The indigenous, the mixed people, black, it doesn't matter. Their military is strong and made up of every type of individual. There is no caste system in Venezuela in regards to the military. We taking that shit, bitch. Stop crying. All right, you can go. Bye-bye. Arrivederci. Get the fuck out of here. Sucker ass motherfucker. You a sucker. You think you're gonna reap the benefits? Hold on. This guy, Amp719683 says, we taking that shit. You think that you're gonna reap any benefit from any oil and gold they get from Venezuela? You think you're gonna gain anything? You think you're gonna benefit? You think that shit's gonna come to you? You think you're gonna get a stipend every month from all the... No. You're not getting any of that shit. You're not going to benefit at all whatsoever. Unless you go and work for a defense contractor or a private security firm. Maybe if you go work for BlackRock, they'll pay you $1 million a year. They might pay you $1 million a year to go down there and secure their fucking assets. But guess what? You're going to be under constant attack. Constant attack. Is it going to be worth it? Is that $1 million going to be worth getting shot at every turn? Because let me tell you something also about Venezuela. Do you know what Venezuela has done? The government, Maduro, he armed the civilian population. Yeah, their civilian population is heavily armed. The Venezuelan population is heavily armed. And there is no assault weapons ban. There is no magazine ban. There's no grenade ban. There's no NFA. There's no infringement on their right to keep and bear arms. You know what else they have? Militias, well-trained militias that know the terrain, that know the country. Guerrilla warfare up the ass. Oh, you thought it was going to be, you thought you was going to go up in there. Oh, you think they're going to just go up in there and just have their way? No. There are going to be tens of thousands of lives lost of U.S. military personnel. Guaranteed. Tens of thousands. Last week, I talked about why Donald Trump, I think it was last week or the week before, why Donald Trump told Israel to stop bombing Palestine, to stop fucking with Gaza, why he pushed for this ceasefire. Because guess what? I told y'all when they were just still blowing up tiny little boats, I told y'all that they wanted to focus their attention on military operations, ramping up military operations against Venezuela. I told y'all that last week or the week before. I told y'all they want to refocus resources. They want to stop. They like, look, man, Israel, I ain't got time for your bullshit. We got some shit to handle over here in Venezuela. We need to refocus our attention. I told y'all that. Someone says you should move there. No, your mama should move there. Your mama should move there and find us a place to live. Yeah. Because she ripe and ready. Am I in a mental hospital? Is your mama? No, you should move there, Famous. See, y'all ain't got nothing but to say that. This is what y'all got. Y'all have nothing. So when you have no argument, this is what people say. Famous 579. Do I want to debate? Debate what? What do I debate? What, bro? You want to debate whether or not I eat at McDonald's? Okay, we can do that. Why not? Email me at freedomsmarch80@gmail.com if you want that work. If you want the work, yeah. Because see, yeah, says the guy that's saying your mama. Absolutely. How about that? If you want to say something ignorant and stupid, I can do the same thing. It's very easy. It's very easy to talk about your mama and how she loves these long strokes. And how I blow her back out every night. It's very easy. It just rolls right off the tongue. Right off the top of the dome. Anyway, I told you guys. I said, they're telling Israel to stop bombing and stop fucking around with goddamn Palestine because we ain't got time for this shit. Because they're going to want to focus attention on Venezuela. I said that. And now look at it. Well, they already had 8 battleships and a nuclear sub over there. Now they got drones. They got 10,000 foot soldiers. They got attack helicopters. Yes. Okay, unknown opinion. Y'all don't have to announce anything. If you guys announce that you're leaving, then I'm just going to make sure you can never come back. You don't have to announce it. You can just go bye-bye. It's called self-censorship. You got a problem with what I'm saying? You got a problem with me talking about people's mamas? Because I'm getting down in the dirt with them? I'm not Michelle Obama. When y'all go low, I can go lower. I am not Michelle Obama. Y'all can miss me with that shit. No. You're going to get this work. You're going to get this work if you come for me. And if you're sensitive, if you don't like your mama jokes, then don't even stay here. But if you're here and you listen to what I'm saying, hit the like button. For those that don't know, we got 10,000 troops mobilizing against Venezuela. We got attack helicopters. We got drones. We got this and that. We got Donald Trump talking about a ground invasion of Venezuela. And Maduro tried to give the U.S. some oil and gold. Hey, look, yeah, y'all here for the gold and oil. How about we make some concessions? You leave us alone, we'll give you gold and we'll give you oil. So we're now in the business of extorting other countries. You see what I'm saying? Because that's tantamount to extortion. Trying to intimidate another country, and they know what you want. So you force them to give you concessions. Like, okay, leave us alone. We'll give you this. We'll give you that. That's extortion. But it's not enough. No. They want what they call in the mob a bust out. No, they don't just want to extort you now, right? So what is a bust out? A bust out is when, right? So let's say you're in the mob. And, you got gambling rackets going on, right? Well, you might have a gambler that owns a business, but they're a gambling addict. So what they'll do is the mobster that's running the casino, they're running the numbers or running the gambling racket, they'll let you borrow money and run up a tab, and now you have to pay back all this interest. You owe them so much money. Now, this was done deliberately, right? They didn't let you quit, right? They pretended like they wanted you to quit, but what they really wanted, they were eyeing your business. They knew you owned a business, a very profitable business. But they knew you would gamble that shit away. You let them get so deep in the hole. No, you just don't want a piece now. No, you don't want a piece of the business. No, you want the whole thing. You want to put them out of business and take over their business. You want to drain it. Well, this is similar to what they're doing to Maduro. They don't want a piece. They want to bust him out. They want to bust him out of the country of Venezuela, and they want to run everything. Dude, you dumber than you talk. David Hills, what am I dumb about? Someone says he says we don't need oil. Wow, we don't need oil. Okay. Where'd you get that from? Where'd you get that from? Where'd you get that we don't need oil? Are you an oil baron? Are you a big oil corporate executive? Oh, help me understand. You think I'm dumb? Educate me. Smarten me up. Y'all can never do that because y'all come in here and you make these declarations. This guy says, I know nothing about the mob. The Democrats are the mob. You see what we're doing? See, David Hills. What David Hills just did was attack a straw man. That's called attacking the straw man. It's a common fallacy that people like David Hills use because they can't attack your Iron Man or your Steel Man. So what they do is they build a straw man and they attack that and try to move your focus to the straw man, to defend the straw man. So what David Hills wants me to do is defend the Democrats. I'm not going to do that. Fuck the Democrats. Fuck the Democrats. Fuck the Republicans. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck Camel Toe Harris. Fuck Bill Clinton. Fuck Obama. Fuck George H.W. Bush. Fuck all of them. Fuck Ronald Reagan. See, y'all got me fucked up. Yeah. No, you can attack the straw man all you want. You can attack the straw man all you want. I don't give a fuck about a Democrat. The point of the mob analogy was to talk about how when the mob wants something from you, they can either extort you a little bit at a time, right? Or they want to drain you dry because they see a quick, fast lick where they're going to make a whole lot of money. Because maybe you're a problem. Maybe you're a headache. They don't want to deal with you no more. Well, this is the same. With Maduro's a headache. Maduro's a problem. No, they don't want a peace. They want to control the whole country. Democrats. No. The entire United States government is a mob. The entire United States government commits extortion every day. The government runs a whole entire racket in every form of fashion. The very existence of the government is criminal in and of itself. So, the bottom line is we're going to try to invade Venezuela, quite possibly. The only course of action Maduro has in their mind, right? Because they don't really want to invade. They don't really want to invade. What they want to do is intimidate Maduro out of his seat. So they're posturing right now. They are posturing, but make no mistake. Push come to shove, they will run up all up and they'll try. They'll try. But they're going to be met with a number of Venezuelan militias because the citizens of Venezuela are heavily armed and they will shoot at a motherfucking U.S. troop. They don't give a hot fuck. They're going to meet resistance none like they have ever seen from any other country they have done this to. See, Venezuela, Maduro, they just want to be left the fuck alone. They even offered stakes in the oil and the gold. And yeah, it was rejected. Caracas tried to broker a deal where, okay, well, what if Maduro steps down in 3 years? No, they don't want to give Venezuela 3 years to elect another president that's going to be as hard-headed as Maduro. They are going to initiate a CIA operation. Well, they have already been doing that. But now they might increase resources of the CIA so they can find Maduro and take him out. I'm posturing. Stop pretending Venezuela has any power. This is not about Venezuela having power. This is about Venezuela defending its sovereignty. Does Afghanistan have any power? Did Afghanistan have any power? Did Vietnam have any power? Anybody? Oh, now I'm a CIA expert. What are you, a dumbass? You guys are Byron. You must be a dumbass. All you got to do is look it up. I just played a news report where they're talking about CIA operations in Venezuela. What are you, a fucking idiot? This is why we stuck on stupid in this country, because people like Byron stuck on stupid. They have enough power. Yeah, they do have enough power. They got enough power to defend themselves. This is not about power. This is not about the power of Venezuela. This is about their willingness to defend their sovereignty, to defend their independence from the empire of the United States of America. That is what this is about. This is about defending what's yours, protecting yourself from an enemy nation that's trying to invade you. See, all Byron has to say is "Bwahaha." Yeah. You know why? Because you really got nothing. I see y'all hearting, dropping hearts in the place. Thank you. I appreciate that. Also hit the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. I've been trying to put this shit together for y'all, man. Why is it so important to me? What's the problem? So if Guyana defends itself from Venezuela, Devo Baird, what are you talking about Guyana for? If Guyana defends itself from Venezuela by ways of USA, what the hell are you talking about? So you're going to make this about Guyana. Silly boy, you sound like a little girl. Byron, you're just exposing your own ignorance and stupidity. Keep talking, brother. Jesus Fajardo says, bro, if you don't fight for our rights now, there will be no one to fight for yours. Absolutely. What's going on to get us truckers paid? Well, you got to talk to your boy Trump. You got to talk to the Congress. You got to talk to the Republicans and the Democrats. And you got to talk to yourself, because you guys keep voting and giving your consent to be governed. This is listen. This is what y'all are doing. You gonna sell your truck back to the company? Well, I mean, these are the times we're in, y'all. These are the times we're in. We put so much faith in our government, and we just sit back on our laurels and say, "Oh, well, the government will take care of us." This is what we pay taxes for, right? We pay taxes so that the government can take care of us when we need them to. But they don't take care of us. They take care of the special interest groups. They take care of the corporations. They take care of the bankers. They take care of the defense contractors. They take care of the private prison contractors. That's who they take care of. Yeah. You don't get no benefit from government existence. You think you do. Hold on, y'all. Yeah. Who will fix this? Democrats. No. No. The Democrats won't fix this. You know who'll fix this? The people. The people have to fix it. See, this is the problem. We're looking to these Democrats and these Republicans in Congress, and we're looking at this guy. We're looking at that guy. We're looking to the next president. They're not going to fix this. It's the government for the people, by the people. Or it's supposed to be. Well, it got hijacked, y'all. We don't have the government no more. We never did, really. But we really ain't got it now. No. The people have to take their power back and put the government in its place, which is no place. The people, you have to stand up for yourself. You have to defend your own freedom and your own sovereignty. You have to defend your own dollar, your own time and laboring energies that they extort from you and redistribute, like they did to Argentina. $20 million. Oh, on some bullshit. Oh, well, it's because we're giving Argentina $20 million because we taking the pesos and we're holding up all this bullshit. It's bullshit. Now they're talking about another $20 million to Argentina, totaling in $40 billion. Well, what about the people? We got people suffering right here. You giving money to Argentina, but what about the farmers in Middle America that are killing themselves and doing this, that, and the third because they put their faith in your monkey ass? Oh, no, we'll just give Argentina $40 million. It's a fucking shell game, y'all. Look at the corporations that are involved in investing in the country of Argentina and see how it's all tied together. Y'all got life fucked up if you think a Democrat or a Republican is going to save the fucking day. And this is why I do what I do. No. We got to get our shit together. We got to get our shit together. And we're not going to do it with the government's help. We're not going to do it with the politicians' help. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. So, relying on the government, relying on this politician, relying on that group of politicians, relying on a third party, relying on a Green Party, relying on the Independent Party. Well, what if we get a Libertarian in there? That shit ain't gonna work. Period. It's not going to work. It's going to keep us stagnated in the same position we've been in. It's not going to work. They don't care. It's not, y'all got, listen, man. 200 years, over 200 years with this goddamn Constitution, where they said, oh, well, the founding fathers didn't want two parties. They didn't want a two-party system. Well, guess what? Guess what we got? We have to pull back. We have to withdraw. We have to stop being an asset to these people. Latrissa Montgomery says, Trump is still giving other nations money, but his own backyard can't catch a break. And it's not just Trump, man. Biden, Obama, George Bush, all of them.
Can we have a little more?
Go ahead. Obama, all of them. It's not just Trump, you guys. It's not just Trump. They all do it. They all prioritize. They all prioritize the corporations. They all prioritize the bankers, the special interest groups, big pharma, big oil, all of them. They all do. And we're left holding the bag. Donald Trump is a billionaire. Nancy Pelosi is a 100 millionaire. Obama does speaking tours and engagements and gets hundreds of thousands of dollars each time. They don't know your struggle, and they never will. Montage Funtime Foxy says, this is why I stopped voting. I never voted. I never voted. Yep. Never, ever. I don't think I ever registered to vote. Yeah. I don't think I registered to vote at all. This Venezuela thing is a problem. We think that we're going to benefit. No, they're going to use our money to engage this war. And if they succeed and they get the oil and the gold, we're not going to get no gold nuggets. You think they're going to send you some ounces of gold? No, they're not. They're not going to give you 100 shares in Venezuela's oil when they take it over. They're not going to send you 1 gram of gold. They're not going to send you an ounce of minerals. Nothing. You're not going to get anything. Nothing. They're going to build beach resorts on the coast of Venezuela. And then you're going to take y'all silly asses down there and think you're going to, yeah. But it's not going to work out like that, y'all. Because the people of Venezuela are going to be throwing bullets from every direction at our ground troops. Hundreds, tens of thousands dead. Tens of thousands of troops. This is what I foresee. I foresee if we send those 10,000 troops, yeah, they're going to send another 10,000 in a couple weeks. Not because they're going to kill the first 10,000. No, they're going to see, oh shit, we got to come from a different angle. Yeah, they're going to listen. Oh boy. Nick Brookbaker says, nah, rent and cost of living just going to keep rising. Exactly. Yeah. We're not, listen, did we benefit from Iraqi oil? Did we benefit from, no, we didn't. Did we benefit from the poppy in Afghanistan? No. No, the opioid crisis came about. Remember that? Remember the opioid crisis? Oh, well, that just so happened to start when we got Afghanistan cracking. Y'all don't see the patterns? No, it's going to be worse for us. We're not going to get no oil futures. They're not going to give us gold. They're not going to give us whatever minerals. No. They're not going to give us a piece of land in Venezuela that we can live in. And no. They're not doing that, y'all. Ooh-wee. Nazgul says the American dollar should be protected because it represents anonymity from government. No, it doesn't. Now, you know what will protect you? Get some gold and silver, y'all. While it's still relatively cheap. Let's see. You know, they artificially devalue the gold, right? Like, the gold, it should be worth way more than what they say it is. So let's see. Price of gold right now. The price of gold today is $4,233 an ounce. It should be closer to $20,000 an ounce. Right? 5 days ago, it was at $4,400. It dropped to $4,200. and then it rose back up to 4,234. Yeah, this is not real. Someone says, bro, don't get into day trading. What does this have to do with day trading? Telling people to buy gold, it has nothing to do with day trading. What are you talking about? Here goes another attack on the straw man. You can't eat gold and silver, but you damn sure can buy some meat. You can buy some shit with some gold and silver. Because what gold and silver represents is the value of the thing that you have. Right? But I'm not going to get into that. You can't eat the paper dollar. You know how stupid you sound right now? Or you can't eat gold and silver. You can't eat that dollar bill you have. Whether it's a $20 bill or $50 bill. You can't eat that either. What? You can't eat the zeros and ones in your bank account. What are we talking about? I don't care if you day trade gold, but you don't only day trade gold. The only thing that you do with, it's not the only thing you do with gold is day trade, you fucking asshat. You're a moron, you fuck nut. You day trade gold, moron. You think you can day trade a lot of shit. What are you talking about, you fucking idiot? No, you're a fucking moron. Oh, yeah. Sarah Jane says food and ammo would be worth more if SHTA. Facts. Facts. But gold and silver will still have value. It represents, right? It's good to have food, gold, and silver. It's good to have precious metals. Why do you think we got into the currency game in the first place? The reason it's easier to trade with gold and silver because you can go to, you can provide a service. You go help somebody build their house. Well, they give you a gold piece. It represents the time and labor and energies that you put into helping build that house. You can go to a general store, use that gold piece to buy some food. That general store owner can then go take that gold and go buy some things for himself. Or he can pay somebody to expand his store. That person that helped him expand that store can go use that gold to go buy some land somewhere. The person that sold the land can go use that gold to buy something that they find valuable. That's how currency works. Gold is finite, just like every other real resource. Sarah Jane says, once upon a time, our worthless money was backed by gold. Yeah, well, it's not backed by anything now. It's not backed by anything right now. Right? Because now they don't even have to print money anymore. They can just digitally add money to your bank account or any bank account. That's really backed by nothing. So that's the reality behind gold and silver. It's just something you had to mine for. It takes work to get the gold and the silver. That's what the whole point was, right? You mine for things. You put in work to gain something, to extract that resource. But see, now gold and silver and other metals have other applications, right? Gold is a conductor. They use it in many different ways. It has industrial use now. Silver has industrial use. Copper has industrial use. You need conductive metals to run electricity. So there's value in that as well. You can use the gold in microchips and other things fine electronics to make things operate. It has applicable and practical use now. So not only does it represent value, true value, because it's in and of itself a finite source. This is how they did it back in the day when they used gold pieces and silver pieces. It was easier to use that gold piece than to take a bunch of shit that it was worth to somewhere to trade it for something. It circulates, right? All it does is represent the value of that product that you have, or that time, the time and the laboring energies that you put out to provide a service. Period. If you don't think it works, hey, don't get no gold then. Don't get no gold. Fuck it. Just saying. You ain't got to buy no gold. That's what value is about, the work and time and energy you put into a thing that you consider valuable. Right? It just doesn't appear in front of you. So let's say, okay, you go to the store and you buy that milk. That milk, some work was put into getting that milk. Well, what did you do to provide value to get that milk? You went to work. You worked for a company, whatever you do for work. They gave you money. That money represents your time, your labor, your energy. You take it to that store and buy the thing that is worth, that it took time, labor, and energy to extract. So instead of milking the cow your goddamn self, you went to work for somebody that gave you money to go buy the milk. That's all that currency represents. But when you dilute the money supply by just printing money out of nowhere and adding ones and zeros out of nowhere, no time and work went into it. It dilutes the money supply because it's not finite anymore. It's digital. And the cotton and the linen and all that they use to create the paper currency, well, that's renewable. It's renewable. It replenishes itself, right? It's regenerative. It's damn near an endless supply. Whereas gold, you can't grow gold. It's not organic. You can't grow gold. You can't. No, you can't do it. You can't. It's just not possible. Like diamonds. Diamonds are made from carbon. They can make diamonds in a lab because it's carbon based, which is organic. So all they got to do is take something carbon based and they do whatever they do to create the diamond. That's why diamond ain't worth shit no more, really. It has industrial use now. But you can't do that. You can't make gold in a lab, y'all. Because whatever you would need to make that gold in a lab, you would need the gold for it. In order to make gold, you need gold. So all you're really doing is you're extracting the gold, you're purifying it, you're getting all the impurities out. Boom. That's it. You can't make gold. You can't make gold without the properties that gold are made from. It's a mineral. Minerals are inorganic and it's pure. You can't make that in a lab. Period. So that's why gold is valuable. Bottom line to it. Whatever y'all want to believe. No one says gold would be worthless if America and Europe decided to not consider it valuable. Well, that's not really how that works. They can't not consider it not valuable because it is valuable. They will never consider it not valuable because it is valuable. Now, what they can consider not valuable is fiat currency. Fiat currency is only as valuable as people believe it is. Gold and silver has true value that you can't devalue, you can't diminish it. Green KC says, yes, but employees always pay you less than the value you bring. Employers? Well, of course. Yeah, that's why you have to negotiate. You have to negotiate what your value is. Right? You have to negotiate. You negotiate with employers. Right? You decide what you feel your value is and don't accept anything less. If an employer doesn't want to pay you what you feel you're worth, then you don't work for them. And when you do perform and you show them that you are valuable, when it comes time to negotiate a raise, you have to negotiate for yourself what your raise is going to be. You know? I mean, it is what it is, y'all. We've been using currency for hundreds of years. Hell, tens of thousands of years. It's not the problem. The currency in and of itself is not the problem. It's the type of currency it is. But the majority of the world uses gold. Yes. Because it's considered to have intrinsic value. Intrinsic value. Gold has intrinsic value. No one says objects are only valuable because people agree that it's valuable. Gold is only valuable because we agree it's valuable. It's subjective. No. It's not only, no, that's not the only reason. It's not that they agree it's valuable. It's why they agree it's valuable. It's why they agree. Like right now, damn near all the world considers the US dollar valuable to a degree. Well, it's not the same as gold. It's not the same as gold because the gold has intrinsic value that you can only downplay so much. Yes, Danny ya. I'm butchering your name, my bad. We are embarking on the greatest wealth loss ever. No one says in a famine a cup of ramen will be more valuable than the gold when you are starving. Well, that just changes the aspect of the value, right? So gold will still be valuable, and so will ramen. It's just ramen is more valuable to you in the moment because you're starving, right? Just because you're starving and you have gold and you got ramen and you think the ramen is more valuable in the moment because you're starving. That doesn't mean the gold is not valuable. It just means that there's nothing you can do with the gold right now because maybe you can't take the gold to anywhere where there's food. It's as simple as that. And countries with famine, countries or villages or whatever that have suffered from famines, they typically don't have a lot of gold around. Value is subjective. No, it's not. It's how much value you place on a thing that's subjective. But it's also based on other factors. Supply and demand. Supply and demand determines value of certain things. Right? If more people desire what's in supply, right? If there is more demand on a thing than there is a supply of that thing, it's going to bring the value of that thing up. Without humans, is gold valuable? Would it matter? It wouldn't matter. If there were no humans, it wouldn't, the value, there wouldn't be no value, wouldn't be a thing. Without humans, no, nothing would be valuable. Without humans, a cup of ramen would not be valuable. Without humans, a loaf of bread wouldn't be valuable. Without humans, a side of beef wouldn't be valuable. What? Without humans, nothing that humans desire would be valuable because there would be no humans. Humans evolved, right? Humans evolved. We're not hunter-gatherers no more. Land wouldn't be valuable. Water wouldn't be valuable. Fish wouldn't be valuable. Nothing would be valuable in the world if there were no humans. Thank you for proving my argument. Anything that a human desires. Hold on, guys. No one says, I'm not sure you know what subjective is. So now we're arguing the word subjective. Did I say anything about anything being objective? So now you want to quibble over semantics.
Oh, that's so scary.
Yeah. Now you want to argue the meaning of the term subjective. Yeah, that's not what we're doing. I said intrinsically valuable. I didn't say gold was objectively valuable. I said it was intrinsically valuable. There's a difference. Gold has intrinsic value, just like a cow has intrinsic value, like water has an intrinsic value. A cherry tree has intrinsic value. The level of value you place on it can be subjective. Why am I in the dark? Because I didn't want to show myself today. I didn't want to have my camera on. Anyway, y'all, I'm getting out of here. The bottom line is, yeah, we're probably going to invade the country of Venezuela, and that's going to be a problem. But it is what it is, y'all. I'll holler at y'all later. Thank you guys for stopping by. You just want some type of victory, don't you, no one? You just want some type of victory. Famous says they like to speak on facts. That's an interesting comment. Everyone says they like to speak on facts, but it's not really true 100% of the time, is it? Anyway, y'all, I'll holler at y'all later. Thank you guys for stopping by. Yep, no victory for evil at all. It is what it is, you guys. You know, I'll holler at y'all later. Much love, like, share, subscribe. Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way out, man. Y'all being stingy with these likes, but it's all good. Like, share, subscribe. We're going to keep marching forward toward freedom. Peace.